welcome to this episode of Catching Up with Yoseka Stationery. So casual. Wow, Neil has returned.
Yes.
Where have you been?
Doing
you been
well.
on vacation?
Yeah, I was
Just kidding.
yeah, busy. Hanging by a thread here.
What are you talking about? You're so dramatic.
I love it yesterday when I said it.
Did you say it?
I said it yesterday.
Oh, right.
I love saying it when people ask I was having 2 kids.
Right.
And typically, well, the mother. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, Happy Mother's Day.
Oh my God.
Yeah, do you like that segue?
Yeah, this is amazing. Okay,
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day. We
to all
are filming on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Today is May 11th. And yes, Happy Mother's Day to all the moms, the
Right.
grandmas watching.
Right, all the mothers.
Yeah, any primary caregivers, actually.
Right.
Shout out to you guys, because you're the real ones.
Yeah, you make everything possible. You too. You
Wow.
make everything possible.
Oh, are you just saying this for the cameras?
No, I'm saying it because yesterday, people have been asking like, just like, how's being a dad of 2 with a 4-month-old? And honestly, like, I think the mom, you take a lot more work.
Yeah.
Just naturally, it takes on a lot more work.
Yeah.
So it's just funny when I say I'm hanging by a thread here.
Because it's not true.
Yeah, it's not true. Yeah, I'm just doing more supportive stuff. Yeah.
Anyway, we are happy to have Neil back this week. Evelyn is actually out this weekend, which is why he's just subbing in. But don't worry, she'll be back next week. She's doing great here. And here at Yoseka, we've been having a wonderful week. Today is it's Mother's Day, but it's actually also the final day of our Traveler's Stamp Caravan here in store at Yoseka. We've been having it in store for 5 days straight. And when I was coordinating with April over at Traveler's Company, I didn't realize that I had picked Mother's Day weekend over here, but I think it happens to be a good time because probably a lot of moms are also loving travelers and travelers notebooks and loving to maybe spend their weekend here stamping a little bit. So if that was a little part of your Mother's Day weekend, thank you for coming and having our shop be a part of your Mother's Day weekend.
Yeah.
But it's been really good seeing everybody in store. The shop has been busy this week.
It's been busy.
It's been busy.
People are here stamping, sharing their journal, which is great. Sharing how you use it, sharing how you collect things in different ways. I think that's the best part. Just meeting people here that you share the same thing with.
Yes. Yeah, this year, I don't know if it's always been like this. This is the 3rd time we've hosted the Caravan, but I've noticed that people are so adventurous with stamping on things. Like very bold choices. I'm like so impressed because people have been stamping like on their leather covers. People are stamping on their fabric inserts. People are stamping all over. I had this one guy I met, Brandon, shout out to you, or Brendan, I think your name is Brendan. He's from Australia. He was here with his partner, Olivia. They both are Traveler's Notebook users, but he was stamping his cover. It was like a camel cover and it looked great. I mean, all of them looked amazing, actually, his stamps, but he couldn't stop because when he's going to guys art, he like kept going, and he was saying that it was he was comparing it to like tattoos. Like when he first started getting tattoos, he wanted to get even more. And then he's like, this is like, a tattoo, but like a little bit less of a commitment than that, I
totally
guess.
See that,
But it was very fun for him. And I thought that once he said that to me, it started making sense, seeing everybody stamping on everything. But that's the Stamp Caravan. And if you came out to it, we really appreciate, and we're glad to see that you had a good time in store with us. What else happened this past week?
There's a couple things that's like not directly related to what things we're adding. We talked with Tono and Limbs this week with the upcoming event.
That's great. Last week I mentioned.
Oh, you mentioned last week.
Well, I told everybody last week that we were gonna have a call with Tono and Limbs this coming week, and that I was excited to speak to Takashi because I had never spoken to him at that point, and judging from his ideas for the event, I was like, this is an interesting guy. I'm excited to talk to him, and we spoke to him, and indeed, he's like, you know, he has some really interesting, fun ideas for this event that we're excited to help bring to life.
Yeah, so one thing I've been working on this week is reaching out, well, to have the event successful, and given that our shop space is limited, it was worth exploring other spaces around here.
Yeah.
So this week I was looking for places around Greenpoint, and nothing to report there. Nothing to report there.
Yeah, a lot of dead ends. I think Greenpoint is like booming. So it seems like even though we're walking around, we see lots of vacant spaces that could potentially be something. Like people are opening up cafes and shops, and it's great to see. Like we've really seen Greenpoint, our neighborhood here in New York, our shop is located in Greenpoint. We've really seen it transform over the last 5 years that we've been here. So it's great to see, but we're working on planning this event with Tono and Limbs, and right now it looks like it will probably be in our store, right? Is that the case?
Right now it's probably going to be in our store, but if anyone watching lives in Greenpoint and knows someone who has extra space, we're still looking, exploring, because that will make the event more fun to allow more people to come visit. Yeah.
Okay, well, that would be great if somebody had a connection to a space and let us know. Wow, that would be incredible. Please do let us know. Send us an email, please. But so it's been a great week here at Osaka. We also had happy hour with the team, which was really fun. Brought Jacob to that, and the weather's been really good. So it's been a good week. Okay, so I will continue now with the newly added stationery. We have quite some things. Oh, we have some things, not a ton. Like last week we had so much stuff.
Right.
I'm gonna start with these plotters. These are blue plotters, and here I'll show you guys under this camera. These are kind of cool. I was doing research on them because I wrote a newsletter and I wanted to include a little bit about them, but I always like to do more research when I send something out. So these are the Plotter US exclusive color Shiranami Blue. That's what it's called. And it's a US exclusive color for Plotter, which doesn't happen a lot, which is why it's kind of a big deal. Plotter does a lot of exclusive colors, exclusive leathers, but a lot of the time they're not always available to everybody. So these are US exclusive. That's why we're excited about them. And the cool thing about them is they actually, I don't know if you knew this, but this Shiranami Blue cover and these refills, which come with blue paper on the inside, they actually debuted at the 2023 not Stationery Fest. Oops. The 2023 San Francisco Pen Show. So that was like the debut, and this is a re-release because it was super popular and in high demand. So it's our first time seeing them, and basically it is a leather cover that has been dyed indigo using traditional Japanese indigo dyeing techniques from Izome, and the cover is then covered with like this white wax, which makes it like this grayish looking cover actually. But as you use it over time, the wax will fade and the leather will soften, and it will just become this really dark, deep blue indigo cover. So that's really pretty. I'm excited about that. And then there's also these blue paper refills in all the sizes. Well, not all the sizes. So it's going to be Bible size, mini size, and A5 size. So just 3 of the sizes. So the blue paper refills are going to be with all of the notebook covers as well. So that's what's cool about these. I think it's kind of, I love the blue actually. It's really interesting to see it. And I like that there's like this quadrant system. It's a neat like collection. And I have to apologize for the shadows here. We're dealing with some like sun.
It's good.
The sun.
It's good weather.
The sun. That darn sun. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's dealing. We have some unpredictable shadows today. So
sun
you'll
is
see
very
that.
nice. That's why people are out here.
Yeah.
We've been opening the doors.
Yeah, it's been nice.
This is it rare to have the silver trim here?
Oh, that's a
The
good
silver
point.
hardware? Usually it's gold, right?
It's usually gold, you're right. Yeah, this is another detail that Neil's talking about, is that the outside of it is this silver. And I do think that that makes a lot more sense for this cover. The rings on the inside are also silver.
It matches that hardware.
But I do think that the rings on the inside of plotters are often silver. Yeah, because actually we get a lot of requests from customers saying, can you find me gold rings on the inside? I don't know if it's sometimes silver, sometimes gold, because we have, I don't know, like I think it's a,
maybe
we have the testers here just right behind the camera, that's
well,
why. This one, I'm just opening them, they seem to be all silver.
Yeah, well, I do think you can find a replacement for this hardware though.
Oh my gosh, if you wanted to like replace it yourself.
Yeah, you might be able to replace this yourself. It kind of reminds me of fountain pen, where it's like
the gold trim.
Gold trim,
silver
matching
trim.
with gold converter.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So this one looks like a fountain pen actually to me. Fountain pen match color.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Are you one of these people who are seeking the gold rings to match all of your hardware? Maybe you have like a gold trim on your fountain pens, and it really bugs you that your like plotter is silver on the inside. Yeah. You know, I could see that. I could see that
too. Yeah. Great. That was good.
Okay. What else? Next, we have some new Apica. Apica notebooks. Apica is a brand, a notebook brand, and they make these CD premium notebooks, which are basically super fountain pen friendly and super silky, very smooth to write on. It's very coated. So we've always had Apica notebooks and the CD notebooks, but these are kind of new sizes. So this is essentially like half of an A5 size, and it's for working in front of your laptop. Right. So imagine if you have like your laptop right here and you're typing, then you have this notebook just open in front of the laptop or your keyboard, and you can take notes on it. So that's the concept, and it's not a brand new concept. We've seen a bunch of notebooks in this shape come out for this very purpose.
Right.
Yeah. So there's that, and then there's also some more Apica. We also now have, this is new, I haven't seen this before, and you said this is like a new release, right, Neil?
Oh, both of these are.
Okay.
This came out this year, hardcover, as well as that half size. So Apica, like this one, is the premium CD notebook. So in Japanese, it says gentleman right here.
That's right, that's what it's called, gentleman's note.
Yeah, so they just haven't been doing much with this paper. Oh. So they have like other notebooks with more simpler lineup. Yeah. So this is where they think they can take this paper to like a different style. So that's why you see a little more variation this year.
Yeah. Because I guess, like I was just on their website. Yeah. The company that makes them is Nippon Note, which is written like printed on the back here. And they make like notebooks for a lot of different people. Like they make notebooks for students, and they make notebooks for professionals. And then in this section, it's like for adults. So like this is like really geared more towards like, cause it's like definitely like at a slightly higher price point than the ones that are like for notebooks, because the paper is so premium. But yeah, now we have them in hardcover in both the A5 and the A6 size. And what they usually do is they have like one color cover for each type of paper. So like the blue is the lined, the black is the plain, and then the red is the grid. Yeah, so that's kind of like what Apica always does with their notebooks. Okay, then more Apica.
A lot more notebooks.
More Apica. So Apica, this is new to me. I have not seen their dot grid before.
Yeah, this one's new, yeah.
Sorry for the shadow, guys. This is dot grid, and I haven't seen that before, so that's really cool. I'm a big fan of dot grid, actually, and I think a lot of people are, so that's really exciting to see. And then these cool kind of metallic covers, they have cream paper. Yeah, cream paper in their standard lineup of lined, grid, and blank. So I've always been a fan of cream paper. Yeah. I like writing on cream paper, but like sometimes if you're writing with a certain kind of ink, like a really beautiful color of ink, white paper makes it really stand out the most. It's like really just like pow. Yeah. So I don't know. Let us know in the comments what you think of cream paper versus white paper.
Yeah. And what about the plotter blue paper? What would you do with that?
Oh, probably not. I would probably not write with like that colored fountain pen. It's more for like gel pens, ballpoint pens. More for like planning, like, you know, things like that. Yeah, quick notes, I would say. So yeah, that's what I think.
Okay.
And that's about it for the newly added, but I do want to mention also we have a pen that's new from Esterbrook that is not physically here yet, but it's on pre-order now. And it's called the Esterbrook Estie Avalanche, and we can put a picture of it right here. And I saw Ashley and Selena playing around with it the other day, and I thought it was really pretty. So I just wanted to let you all know that that's a pen that is coming out, or it's on pre-order now, and it's really pretty. So if you like pretty pens, you might want to check that out. It is made out of DiamondCast resin, which I was also researching. Yeah. It is this special kind of resin that's made by this one company in the US. And they make lots of pen blanks. Yeah. And the special thing about DiamondCast resin is that there's actually like particles of diamond.
Is that really true?
Yes, I know. Neil was asking me. It's that I researched it, and that's what they say.
Like actual diamond dust?
They write diamond particles and pigment for the color, obviously. So the shimmer, I think, is diamond.
You sure?
So,
that's a lot.
Why would they call it diamond cast? They put it on the website. It's diamond.
a lot of diamonds in there. Like a lot of.
It's probably mixed in with some other things. It's not all diamonds, because then the pen would be like thousands of dollars. But
yeah, I don't know.
It's patent pending.
It's hard for me to imagine, like, where do you get the diamond dust?
Maybe when you're like polishing a diamond. Yeah. It's like the waste. Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, fact check.
Right?
Please, if anyone knows. Yeah. I'm gonna look it up.
No, it is done. He doesn't believe me.
I also, sometimes what happens is when people like come up with a certain thing, they make a catchy name. Maybe this is like a material that kind of looks like diamond dust.
No.
So it's called diamond dust.
Right. Who's with me? Who's with me?
I'm gonna sound like a fool right now. Yeah, when it turns out to be the actual.
Oh my God, they're gonna send us an email like we heard you were talking about us. Oh my God. Okay.
But that's crazy.
It's a really pretty pen. They've used that material on other pens before, like the Sweet Dream. Yeah, that was also diamond cast. So, diamond cast, according to
Diamond's so hard, right? Wouldn't it be very hard to make that pen? Because every time you grind it down, when you turn the pen, you get damaged by the diamond dust.
Oh, like you think it scratches the... Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about diamonds.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we can go on for a long time with this discussion.
I don't know. I still think it's diamonds.
I'm just gonna go look it up.
Okay, fine, yeah. All right, but yeah, I think that's about it for this week's newly added stationery, and that's kind of it for this week. As I said, we've been having a really great week here at Yoseka. I have had the pleasure of meeting quite a few people who stopped at the Stamp Caravan on the very first day, and I want to shout out to Brendan, who I mentioned, and Olivia, and I also got a chance to speak to Leslie, who had driven in all the way from Connecticut. Yeah, she was the first one in. She was very sweet. She was the first one in, and she had all of her traveler's notebooks set up already. And it was just great to see everybody in store. Even though I feel like in my mind it's the third time we've hosted the Stamp Caravan, and I'm thinking like, oh, maybe people won't be so excited to see it the third time. I think people are always excited to see it, and it's also cool to see people who have just found out about Traveler's Notebook. And I've really seen people really traveling with their Traveler's Notebooks, like truly using it for the purpose. And maybe it's because like when we first started Yoseka, like for the first couple of years, we were small, nobody knew about us, and then it was COVID, so nobody was traveling. And now people, I think, are really traveling. So I've really begun to hear lots of stories about like, oh, I went to this shop, we went to Spain, we went there, got that stamp. So it's very cool.
When we first became the partner shop, there weren't that many
That's true. It wasn't. It was just they were introducing the concept.
Yeah, it wasn't that many to travel to.
Yeah.
Although that concept has been around in
other
Taiwan for a long time. I think it was kind of new.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we kind of are seeing the change over time. So,
yeah. That's funny. It's very cool. All right, well, that's about it for this episode of Catching Up. I hope you enjoyed Neil's return. I'm sad to say he won't be back next week because I do love filming with Evelyn.
You and Evelyn are great.
Yeah, she's great.
You guys are great.
Neil will be back at some point in the future, I'm sure. Yeah. We love doing videos together. But, say hi to him in the comments.
Yeah.
Because it's been a while.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Maybe I'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, you sound so sad. Yeah. And happy Mother's Day to anyone who is a mother or celebrating their moms. Hope you have a wonderful day together. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.